Yeah, greetings of the day. So, on this day, in this video, you are going to learn AngularJS concept, that is model, data binding, controllers, scope, and filters. So, let us see that in detail. So, AngularJS modules define an application. So, whenever we want to create anything AngularJS, it is called as an application for a banking site, an application for a shopping site, or any other requirement, then it is called as an application. So a module is a container for the different parts of an application. An application doesn't have a single aspect. We may have different aspects. There may be a module related to students, there may be a module related to employees, there may be a module related to sales, purchases, like that. All those are the parts of an application. A module is a container. Is a container. A module is a container for the application of controllers. For the application of controllers. So there may be a single controller, there may be multiple controllers. So controllers always belong to a module. Controllers always belong to a module. So generally what we do is, in any application, in a HTML page, we have a div tag. We consider a div tag to be a controller. So in order to create a module, what you do is, a module is created by using the AngularJS function called as angular.module. So what we do, we use a script tag. In that we create variable app. So here I'm using app app. So you can also use any keyword, sorry, any identifier instead of keyword, any identifier which is equal to angular.module in parenthesis, in double quotes, my app, comma, empty braces, square brackets. So AngularJS is also having directives. Let us see one example first. So in order to see the example, what we have to do is, first of all, we need to download or copy the CDN. So in order to do so, we need to go, we need to open our web browser. So this is our university's website, sru.edu.in. So just go through this website and see what's happening in this particular university. So let us open a new web page and type here angularjs.org. angularjs.org. So it is going to open. angularjs.org is opening like this. This is the home page of AngularJS. Now, if you see here, we are having the option called as download AngularJS. Just try to click on that. We'll be getting one pop-up. So this pop-up represents what are the branches we have. 1.28x, 1.8x latest. Latest means what? The latest software that we have. And the other option is 1.2.x legacy. Legacy means the basic model of AngularJS. So the basic model will be having updates. As per the requirements, they are going to update. So we are going to select 1.8.x latest instead of 1.2. Here we are having minified uncompressed zip file. Minified means the compressed format. Uncompressed, you know that it is not in a compressed format, and zip, you know that it is also again in a compressed format. So we go with minified. Okay. So minified means the maximum code will be reduced. Okay, like a jQuery kind of stuff. So CDN, this is what we are going to copy. So let us see what it says. While downloading and using AngularJS source code, great for development, we recommend that your source the script from Google CDN, Content Delivery Network. CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. One option is you download AngularJS, install AngularJS. Before that, you install Visual Studio. The other option is just copy the CDN. Okay, even if your machine or laptop does not have this particular AngularJS software, just copy that CDN, that's enough. So we'll work on today with CDN instead of going with AngularJS and Visual Code, etc., etc. So this is what is CDN. So we are having a bower installation Angular 1, npm install Angular. Just ignore, here we are having the other option called as previous versions. If you click on previous versions, you will be moved to the previous versions of the software. So if your client requires any specific previous version, then you can go with this one. If your client requires a specific one, then you can go with these sort of versions. So we are not going to go with previous versions. So let us get back. So let us press back button on the screen, then click on download AngularJS. So we got the same pop-up here. Now what we say is just you need to copy this particular Ajax, whatever the CDN that we have, content delivery network. Just try to double click on that and select copy. Okay, you need not press download. So just double click on this and copy. Now let us see whether it is copied or not. Open a notepad, just paste it. Yes, it is getting copied. So we are on the track. Okay, so what we are going to do, let us start our first application on AngularJS that performs printing of a name. Okay, so what is the first tag that we are going to write? We write, I hope this is visible. Okay, doc type HTML. So this is first line, then we type HTML, then we write script source is equal to, in double quotes, whatever the code that we copied, we are going to simply paste. Okay, script source is equal to that particular, then close the script tag. Okay, now you can see this, what is happening in this line. So we have src everything, then we are going to simply close the tag, close the script tag. Close the script tab. Now the concept starts. What we are going to do. Now let us start, sorry, script. Okay, that's great. So now our actual coding starts. What is our coding? We have to create one div. Now that div is our starting point of app, whatever you call. It may be a controller. We have generally model view controller concept in AngularJS. So let us start a div tag. So div opening div is there, and let us write the closing div tag also. So this is the area where you're going to start the code. Okay, now what a div will be having, here we'll be having mainly three kinds of methods are there: ng app, ng init, and ng module. Okay, so when we create an app for the div, we are right here ng app, ng hyphen app. Okay, what are these ng apps? We'll see in our next slide. So what is this? AngularJS modules. This is AngularJS directives. So what is this AngularJS directives? AngularJS directives are extended HTML attributes. So here we are extending the attribute by calling ng app. Okay, we are extending the attributes. Every element will have its own attribute. Like Angular tag will be having source, alternate text, like that. We will be having fixed kinds of attributes in HTML. Here we are extending them. We are adding few more. So AngularJS directives are extending HTML attributes with the prefix ng hyphen. So here we are having ng hyphen app is one thing. Then we have ng hyphen init to initialize any variables that are required. Then we have ng hyphen module. So these three are the ng hyphen tags that we oftenly use, most oftenly used. Okay, so these are the three directives that we have. The ng app directive initializes an AngularJS application. Ng init directive initializes application data, and the ng model directive binds the values of HTML controllers like input, select, text area, or whatever the components that you have in a web page can be used here using ng module. So I hope it is clear what we are doing now. So let us go to our code and let us continue. Let us remove this stuff that is not required as of now. So I don't need ng model, ng init as of now. So let us start with ng hyphen app. Now this app need to be given with a name. So let us give double quotes. So ng hyphen app is an extension of attributes. So let us give my app. You can use any identifier. It should not be a keyword. ng-app is equal to my app. So this is how you are going to create an app. Okay, so let us write here. Let us write, I want to create a controller. So what is a controller? So here we are going to create a app. So what is this app is going to do here? Let us write the code first, then I'll explain. ng-controller. So ng-controller represents that we are creating a controller. So let me give my CTRL. I'm giving a name to the controller here. Then let us write something here. Let us create name label, name colon, name colon. So I want to give a name here. Okay. I want to take a text box. So I write here input type is equal to text. Basic thing. Input type is equal to text. So this is how you create a input box. Input text box. Input type is equal to text. So after this, what we write here, we are going to say that it is the module. This is a module. ng hyphen module is equal to what is the name of this particular attribute. So we write here name as the attribute. Name as the attribute. That's it. Let us see and let us see what is happening there. Okay. So div is closed. Then let us close. Sorry, after script we need to start a body tag. Then here also we write a body tag close. Then we write a HTML tag close. That's it. We are not doing anything. Just let us see what is happening with this code. So Control S. I have created a folder on desktop. So status, sorry, not status folder. AngularJS I'm creating, nothing inside that one. So let us write first.html in double quotes, then save it. Now just navigate there, AngularJS. So I got first.html just created now. So open with Google Chrome. So we got name here, nothing inside. We got a name label, a text box, nothing inside. We haven't written any code for that one. Just we are creating a div. In this div, we are giving two additional attributes. Then we are writing input name. Then we are writing input type is equal to text, module, ng name. That's it. We are not doing anything. Now let us write the script associated with this particular text box. So what we write here, script, because AngularJS resides on JavaScript, so you can write script type is equal to text by JavaScript. It's your wish. If you don't write even, it works well. So here we write here variable app. Let me write, then I'll explain what is this. Angular dot module. Then what is the name that we have given? We have given here the app name as my app. So we'll use the same thing here, my app, comma, nothing inside, no dependencies. I'll explain that. Then dollar scope, sorry, app.controller. So what is the name of the controller? We write my CTRL. So we copy this here. Either you can use single quotes or double quotes, it's your wish. Function dollar scope. Then open the function, close the function, close. Sorry. Let us write the code in between. Sorry. Yeah, that's great. Indentation. I like the indentation a lot. So I write here dollar scope dot name is equal to, you can write anything over here. So I prefer to write my name, Mohammed Ali Shaik. Keep a semicolon at the end. Now save it. Let us reload the page. Reload. First.html. What's happening? What is the issue? See, scope spelling on. Scope. ng hyphen model model model. Sorry, guys. Sorry. model. Model is equal to name. Div variable app is equal to Angular dot model model my app, then empty square brackets. Okay, so let us see how it works. Okay, so let us see, check it out. Yeah, so we got the name over here. Okay, so let us see what the program comprises of. So first we wrote doctype.html. So we write the same for any HTML page, HTML script. So this is what the CDN that we have copied. Then we have a script closing tag coming to div. So here we are having ng app represents that this is an app, and controller represents that this is a controller. Name input type is equal to text. Ng model is equal to name. So here we give ng model for every attribute. Okay. So here we are writing variable app. So here we are saying that this is an application. Okay, you can give any name as you desire. It may be a identifier, allowed identifier in JavaScript. So Angular dot module, my app, then closing square brackets without any dependencies inside it. Whatever we write or call as dependencies. So this is a variable that stores the reference. App is a variable that stores the reference to the newly created AngularJS module. AngularJS module, a reference. So by convention, developers often name it as app to refer to the application instance. Okay, to the application instance. So here, if you see Angular.module, what this Angular.module does, this is a method. In other words, it is a function or method, whatever you call, that provides an AngularJS to create and retrieve a module. Create a module or retrieve a module. So my app, the name given to the module which you are creating, whatever the div you have given, this is being written as it is, whatever you have given. So this name is important as it will be used to bootstrap the AngularJS application and to define the injection dependencies into this module. If there are any injection dependencies while you are testing the application, if there are any dependencies, those can be identified over here. Okay, and if you see here, these are the opening and closing square brackets. So this is an array of dependencies. If whether that particular div is depending on some other div's output, so this array is going to specify other modules that your module depends. In this case, it is an empty array because it is not going to depend anything, and this is our first application. So module does not depending on any other modules. It means that the module doesn't depend on any other module. So the purpose of AngularJS modules, it helps the structure and organize your application into reusable and manageable pieces. It provides a container for the components like controllers, directives, filters, and services to perform the application configuration that we are going to see in the next coming things. So controller, you can see here app.controller, the next part. So this method is used to define a controller within the module. So if you see here, my controller, if you see here, we have my CTRL. This is the name of the controller. This name is used in the HTML file. So we can also store this particular script tag in a separate file. Like for example, For example, working.js, you can store somewhere and you can link this over here. Script source is equal to working.js. That is also allowed. Okay. So HTML file association is performed using this particular controller tag CTRL. So we use a specific DOM using ng controller. Make use of ng DOM. ng controller is used to perform on DOM, document object model, which is a parser that parses all this set of instructions which are called as elements, attributes, whatever you call. Okay. So input is provided through this particular tag where we have provided. Now we are working with a single component. We'll work with more. Now let us see the last one, that is scope.name. What is this dollar scope? The dollar scope represents the scope of this particular div where it has to work. Okay. Scope.no name. So in this scope we are having a element whose name is name, which is a text box. So in there, just write the text whatever we have provided. So let us see what is this particular dollar scope. AngularJS provides a dollar scope object as a bridge between the controller and the view. The bridge between the controller and the view. So we define variables and functions that can be accessed in the view using this particular scope object. So here we can also modify this one by displaying the text. Okay. So for example, here we are having this particular name as a particular what do you say, component. A text box is created. I don't want to use any text box or any other thing. I want to display the name. What I'm going to do, let us give a br tag over here, break tag. Then what I do here is in curly brackets twice. So here we have one curly bracket set and another curly bracket set. Here we call this as name, whatever the name we have. Okay, we have a name over here, so I again write here name. What do you mean by this? This particular name component within the scope of this div, wherever it is found, it has to print this one. Okay, let us save this one, get back, reload the page. We got this name over here. Okay, so this is another way of displaying the attribute in the is with use of dollar scope variable. Okay, dollar scope dot name, wherever we write in double curly brackets, it will be displayed as it is on the screen. Okay, this is how we can display. So what is the purpose of a controller? A controller in AngularJS is used to initialize the data for the view. Initialize the data for the view. So here dollar scope dot name is a part of app dot controller, so we call it as a controller. So it manipulates the data. Yes, it is manipulating the data on the view. Wherever we write in curly brackets or inside any component name, then it is being displayed over there. So it manipulates the data. It responds to the user interaction. Example, whenever we perform a checkbox modification or a button click, or when we type something in a text box, whatever it is. So it manages the flow of a application. So in AngularJS, the dollar scope object acts as a bridge between the controller and the HTML. You can attach various kinds of data and methods to dollar scope, which the view can use through two-way binding. So let us see some more examples. Let us see first variables. Variables are data models. Variables are data models. You can define variables data on the scope object to store information that you want to display or manipulate. Okay, so let us see that data models. So here there is one more thing. If I want to initialize this dollar scope name, how to initialize? Okay, so I'll remove this name over here. It is, let us see what is the modification in the code result. Okay, name is gone, right? So here I have given Mohammed Ali Shaik. I'll remove this as of now. Now let us see what is happening there. save, nothing inside the text box. Great. Okay. So here we said we are having three things: ng app, ng model, and ng init. Okay, let us initialize the code, the name, at the time of declaring the variable itself. That is the uh, div itself. So how I will do that? Ng init. So here we can write ng hyphen init equal to in double quotes. So this is the part where we can use init, initializing like a default constructor kind of stuff. Okay, like a default constructor kind of stuff. So what we do here is we paste the name. That's it, nothing more than that. Let me save. Earlier we don't have any name. Now reload. What's wrong, man? Ng init. Sorry, already I have given ng init here. Just a second. So here we need to provide the name attribute is equal to in single quotes I am giving. Okay, so ng init initialize which attribute dollar scope dot name. Okay, dollar scope dot name. Then in single quotes we are giving the name. So now reload that one. We got the name. So instead of writing all this stuff over here, we can directly initialize the name over here like ng init. So this is another way of initializing a variable, another way of initializing the variable. I hope it is clearly understood now. So this is regarding initializing a particular data value. Initializing a particular data value. So either you can initialize using ng init, but you need to say which attribute name. So what is the name in single quotes, because we are already using the outside part with double quotes. So this is one way of initializing, and the other way is dollar scope dot particular attribute name. Okay. So apart from this, we also have something called as Angular. Okay. AngularJS directives. Okay. Let us see how this AngularJS directive also gets resume request. Okay, now let us work on a test directive. Okay, we also have a test directive. So let us update the code. Let us remove the unwanted stuff. So we require the script tag. So we don't require this ng init. Let me remove this ng controller. We require name. Mm, no, I don't want to use any name also. No, not required. Just let us create one div. That's it. Then script tag variable, we require this one. Okay, yeah, that's it. So this is the default structure of any Ajax, sorry, yeah, any AngularJS application. So what we have here, a div tag with a name, a controller. If required any initialization of variables, then variable app is equal to Angular module, my app, then nothing inside. So now let us write the code for directives. So here we wrote app.controller previously. Now let us write app.directive. So a directive is a default constructor kind of thing. So let us write that one. App.directive. App.directive. So we need to give the attribute. What is the name of the directive? So I give here test directive. You can give any name. Okay, test directive. And moreover, it's a function. A function will have a proper parenthesis. Then I start flower brackets. Let us type enter. Sorry, this is similar to this one. Okay, so now in between whatever you write is called as a constructor. So I write a return statement here. I want to return some text. So what I want to return here, we write that attribute called as template. Attribute called as template. Okay, so here whatever the information you write will be loaded on the screen by default. So I write here I am in test I am in test directive. That's it, nothing more than that. What we have written additionally, we have written nothing inside the div. That is to be noted first. So there won't be any label, etc. We write same thing as previously. App.directive is written instead of app.controller now in this case. Then we write the name of that particular directive, test directive. You can write your name, anything which is a valid identifier in JavaScript. Then we say that it is a function, and here we write return statement, and let us see what is the output. Save this one, navigate to our browser, reload the page. Reload the page, return. Okay, everything is fine. Return directive, template, reload. So where we missed, yeah. Okay. So here we need to write um, the test directive. So W3 test directive. This is what we need to type. Okay, just save it. W3 test directive. W3 test directive. Yeah. So here we need to give the same attribute W3 test directive. So here we need to give the same thing here, W3 test directive, then it is a match over there, then it starts executing the default constructor. Okay, W3 test directive will get, I am in test directive, nothing inside the div, so it is going to load that particular as a constructor. So this is regarding our test directive. So if you want any constructor, a simple constructor or a default parameterized, whatever you say, you can use this particular attribute over here. You can pass the values as required and you can do the work. So now let us move forward to our different types of, we have variables, data variables. You can define data variables in various forms. Okay, so variables, let us see the variables. For example, here let me change the code as required, so we don't require W3 test directives, so let me remove. So here app.directive we don't require return statement, so here we have a semicolon, don't forget, return. So okay, here we don't require app.directive, we require app.controller. So what we require here is app.controller, app.controller we require, which controls the flow of the AngularJS app. Okay, so controller, what is the name of the controller? So my controller, I'll copy this one as it is to avoid the issue of not executing. So function, so dollar scope, then opening. Okay, so here we are having data models, means variables. Data models means variables. So here we can declare the variables like this. So dollar scope is equal to dollar scope dot message. I can give a message. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? I want to drop a message. So I can also set a variable count. Dollar scope dot count is equal to start. I can give a commission variable. As you require, you can give the data variables. So commission is equal to 300. I can give like that. So count is equal to 0, scope is equal to, so I can give first name and last name. So for example, dollar scope dot f name is equal to Muhammad Ali, and dollar scope dot last surname is equal to Sheikh. So uh, this is how we give variables, or how we create the variables. Now, how to display these variables? Nothing. Just go to div tag and give double parenthesis. Then here write message. Then give a paragraph tag for this one. That will be better. So let us give a paragraph tag slash p. So you can also declare another one p, then slash p. So let us copy this. Sorry, indentation. So like this, you can display the information that is being written over here. One is message, another one is count, the next one is commission, then the next one is first name. So here you can display first name, then I want to display also the last name. So give here first name plus double quotes, give a space in between, then a plus symbol, then surname. Copy the surname. This is going to concatenate both the variable values. Concatenate both the variable values. Save this one. Now let us see how this is going to work. So what we have done, we have created variables over here and inside the controller, and here we are displaying in HTML view. So this is view part and this is controller part. Okay, so let us save this one. What happened? It's COPE, scope. Sorry, COPE. Thank God we identified. So reload. See, hi, how are you? The count value is 0. 300 is the commission and the name is concatenated over here. Okay, I hope you can see this one very clearly. Sorry. So this is how we create variables. Scope dot and so let us introduce the concept of functions. The next one is functions. So let me remove this names, paragraph tags we don't require. So the next concept is functions. So let me remove the scope variables also here. Okay, now we are ready to go with our AngularJS data binding. Now, so here in functions, we also have event handlers. Like when we write a function, we perform something over there. For example, I want to initialize the count variable to 0. Then whenever I click some button, so I will be creating one increment button. Whenever I create that increment button or click on that, I need to display the increase of the count. That is one way. So the other way is we can display some message, etc., etc. That we'll see one after another. So now let us create a particular button. So when in order to create a button, we have ng-click. So let us create a button over here. Button. So whenever we create a button tag, we need to create ng-click because we are going to click on that ng-click. Okay, is equal to I want to call a function whenever it is being clicked. So before that, I want to display what is the count value. So let us display one variable which we are going to create. So here we create a count variable. So dollar scope, sorry, scope dot count equal to 0. We want to start the count value from 0. So let us display that count variable here. So we have created the count variable. Now, button ng hyphen click. Whenever I click that particular button, I need to call a function, then increase count. Increase count. Then increase count, then close the button tag. That's it. So nothing inside. Whenever we click the button, we want to call a function. That function we didn't wrote yet. So let us write the function name is increment. Parenthesis. So we have to write this function called as increment. We have to use that function called as, we have to write the function called as increment. So let us write that function. So here inside the controller, we have dollar scope dot increment, sorry, dollar scope dot increment is equal to dollar scope dot increment is a function. So we write like this, dollar scope dot increment is equal to function. What you have to do inside the function. So what we write, dollar scope, sorry, dollar scope dot count plus plus, that's it. So I want to increment the count value by 1. Whatever may be the value, we want to increment the value by 1. When the function name increment is performed or called. So when this is called, when the button is clicked, button ng hyphen click, increment is the name of the function. So increase count is the name of the button, and the button is closed. So now let us save this one. Let us go to the browser and check whether it is working fine. Yeah, see here, 0 increase count. Both are on the same line. So let us give a BR tag, break tag, break tag. Save it. 0. We got it, right? So we can write here button click for times. So just we modify this one a little bit. Button click for 0 times. When we click on this button, the value is getting changed. Okay, the value is getting changed. So this is what our button click operation is performing. It's well, thank God. Okay, div ng hyphen app. We are creating one label where we are displaying a value called as count value. Then we are creating a button over here. For a button, we click that button. So we write ng hyphen click. Okay, and which function we need to call when a button is clicked? So we need to call a increment function, then the rest is the blah blah blah. So coming to controller, here inside the controller, we wrote dollar scope dot count is equal to 0. When we initialize, after that, whenever we call a function, we are writing like this. Okay, what we want to do is we want to pass here inside the function, we haven't passed anything. Okay, now let us write a small code that will display, that will take one attribute inside that function. I want to pass a name. That name has to be printed, say hello Ali. Okay, so that is my intention. So let us pass a particular attribute. So this is fine, this is going great. So let us give a br tag over here, break tag. Okay, then let us continue the code. Now what I want to do is I want to pass one attribute. Here we have the same universal thing for everything. Okay, double parenthesis. Then I want to say hello. Say hello function. Then I want to pass inside that function one attribute Ali. So this is a string. In other words, I want to pass this particular thing in a function called as say hello. Say hello is the name of the function that we have to write. So let us come to controller. So here let us write again dollar scope dot function name is equal to function parenthesis. So here what I have to do is, what is that thing you are going to do? So here you need to write return what you want to return. Hello, dear. Now here we are getting one value. Here we are getting one value. So we need to give some variable here. So I'm giving here x because I'm getting some value. Okay. So here I wrote plus hello dear, give a space plus x. You can write x, you can write name, you can write anything. It's up to you. Then I keep a plus symbol, then I'll give a space and exclamatory mark, then a semicolon. Okay. So this ends our particular function. So let us save this one. Let us go and see. Let us reload the page. Now see here we got hello dear Ali. Sorry. Yeah. Hello dear Ali. We are getting from where? From here. If you change hello world, save, reload. Now we got world. It is getting changed. Increment count is working. Increase count is also working. Okay. So I want to display alert message. Okay. I want to display a alert message when this particular button is clicked. Okay. Or when this particular button is clicked. Which button? This button that we already have, increment button. Okay. I want to display that the button has been clicked. Okay, whenever we write count, so we can also write here alert. In JavaScript, we have a default method called as alert, which displays the text on the screen. So I can write here alert. You want to inform the user what happened, then you can use an alert. So that is a basic example I'm giving. That's it. So you need not use this one. Whenever I click on increase, I got a button clicked option. Okay. Whenever I click on button, I got button clicked. So if you want to inform the user with the alert message, you can use this one. Okay. So this is one way. So now we have passed a single value. I want to pass two values. Then what I want to do? I want to perform addition of two numbers. Okay. I want to perform addition of two numbers. So what I write here inside the HTML, I'll write one more BR tag. Then I write here sum of 5 plus 6 is equal to. I want to display this as it is as a label on the screen. Then I want to call a function sum of 5 comma 6. Sum of 5 comma 6. So this is another way of calling a function, sum of 5 comma 6. So this is a function name, and here this is the label that we display on the screen as it is. If you say, and if you see on the screen, let us reload the page. See here we got sum of 5 plus 6 equal to as it is. We are not calculating this particular value. In order to calculate, so just we received the sum of 5 comma 6. So let us go to this particular controller. Then let us write the code for that one. So what is the code associated? Just write dollar scope dot, what is the name of the function? Sum. SUM. Is it sum? Yes. Sum of vals. I'm giving sum of vals. So sum of vals is equal to function. Now we are receiving two values inside. 5 comma 6. So let us write here a comma the two values I'm getting as a function. So what we write here, simply we write a return statement, return a plus b, return a plus b. That's it. So save, just go back, reload. So we got 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. Okay, sum of 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. So like this, we can have n number of attributes. Here we have 2, here we have 1, here we have 0. So this is how we'll use or make use of functions. I hope it is clear with functions. Let us move ahead to the next topic, where we are having multiple values for a user. Okay, so here we are having multiple values. So let me remove this variable functions. Okay, so here we are having scope dot count is equal to 0. Dot count is equal to 0. But we want to create a user. A user need to have a name. A user need to have age. A user may have some salary, something, something, something. All those attributes. So what I write here, we write user. Okay, if we have a multi-valued attribute, let us talk about multi-valued attribute. So we write here scope dot user. So what I want to do, I want to display, let me remove this buttons, etc, etc. Okay, there's a remove some also. So what I want to do is I want to display the values of a user. For example, I want to give user dot name. I want to display user dot age. The user will be having an age. Different attributes like a structure, like union inside C programming. So age, then user dot salary. Okay, I want to display these things. So user is a single variable, but the variable is having multiple values. Okay, associated values. So we write here scope dot user. Then inside this we write a JSON format, name, colon. Okay, inside double quotes, whatever the name you want to give. I give Ali over here. Then comma. Then a user is also having another name. Sorry, another attribute, age. I'm having my age as 41. Then salary. You can give some default salary. I don't want to specify what I'm earning. So I'll give 20,000. Okay. Last one, we don't keep a comma. So this is a decent kind of format of creating a variable. And this is how we display the values of those particular variables. So let us save. Let us see here, over here. So user dot name, what happened, man? Controller user dot name, I'm getting as it is. What's wrong? ng app, ng controller, all good. AngularJS app. Div is closed, okay, no issue. User. We didn't keep equal to symbol over here. User is equal to reload. See, got that. One small equal to spoiled the whole program. Okay, so dollar scope dot user is equal to, inside that one we are going to write these particular values. So I hope it's clear. So now let us go with repeating the values. So I may have a list, a tuple may be there, a collective values may be there. I want to display them. Now here I'm having user, name, age, salary separately. Now I want to use an array. Okay. So instead of user, let us go with items. So an array, I'm using an array representation. Item is equal to no square brackets. I want to give a list of values, a list of values. So items may be, for example, I may have colors, fruits. Let us go with fruits, apple, comma, banana. Then, so suppose these are the three fruits that we have. I want to display these three fruits using a list item. Okay, a list item. So I don't want these things as of now. So ng app, so tab. So unordered list I want to display. So we have unordered list. Just a second. slash ul unordered list. Okay. Then I am having list item for everything, li. So whenever we are having li, list item will be having display of lists. So how many fruits we have here? We are having three fruits. One is apple, banana, then we have cherry. Okay, these are the fruits. Now these are list items. Apple is one list item, banana is another list item, and cherry is another list item. Like that, we may have n number of values. Okay, so I'm sticking with three. We may have more than that also. So now we have to repeat this one. This list item has to be repeated for all the fruits. In this case, I'm having three, some maybe 300, 3,000, whatever it is. We don't know. We can receive this data from a data set also. Okay, from a CSV file, we may receive this data. So what we write here is we want to repeat this list item. So we write ng hyphen repeat. Ng hyphen repeat. What you want to repeat equal to. What is this name? Items. I want to repeat the items. Okay. Repeat item or I write item. You can use item, I, anything as you wish. Okay. In what is the name of this attribute? Items. So just copy items. Okay. So this item will be displayed now. This is the new name for this particular loop that we are going to use. So here, what we do here is let us keep enter here for our better understanding. So here, what we do here is let us display that particular item. ITEM. Sir, I'm getting confused. Remove this item from here, write ABC, display that ABC. Items is what? The name were given for the list of attributes. So this is going to display the array. Okay, let us save this one, get back, reload. Something went wrong again. G REPEAT, repeat ABC in items. Item ABC, okay. List item, unordered list item, variable $scope dot items, apple, banana, cherry. Everything is fine. Apple, banana, cherry. Okay. Square brackets is required. Save, reload, updating. Cook dot items, apple, banana, cherry. No error here. Ng repeat is equal to ABC items. This is what the mistake what we have done. Here we need to give this in double quotes. This is an attribute. Okay. Save small mistakes. Okay. Apple, banana, cherry. Unordered list. If you give ordered list, you'll get in order list format 1 to 3. Okay. It depends either you used ordered list or unordered list. So here we are using hyphen repeat for repeating or whenever you want to use a loop kind of thing. So you need to give particular stuff. Items is the name given to that particular variable items, and we have an array associated with. So each element is called as ABC. One time ABC is called as apple, then banana, then tree. So it displays in the form of a loop. Okay. So this is regarding how we use a list item. Suppose we are having nested data. How we use that nested data is the concept. That is what we are going to see. For example, I'm having two different records. I want to display them. Okay. So let us try that one. So let us create one variable. Let us come here, scope dot team. I want to create a team. A team, just let me remove this. What the scope team will be having is, team will be having a name, maybe some members will be there. Okay, let us see that one. So let us create flower bracket. So I'll create the team now. So name will be there. A name is equal to, for example, we may have a team with uh, developers, testers. So let us write developers, team developers, comma, who are the members associated? members is equal to not a single one, multiple members may be there. So I'll create a square bracket. Now inside this one, I'll give in flower brackets who are the details. Sorry, of the member. So member will be having a name. As usual, we have Ali over here. Then we have a role is equal to, in developers, we have front end, back end. So I write front end. Then let us copy this one. Name Aisha. Then role backend. A backend developer may be there. So like this, you can add any number of records because I want to stop here. So I remove this comma over here. Then the close of the array that we have. So like this, you can repeat this team. Okay. So here we kept a semicolon saying that we stop here. You can keep a comma and go on. So I want to display this team details now. This team details. Okay, front end, back end. Okay, that's great. So how to do this? Okay. Oh, so let us come here. So here we have ordered list. So we can change to unordered list. We don't want numbers, unordered list. So unordered list. Then we have a team. I want to display team. So before this, I want to display the name of the team. So I give a paragraph tag. So, uh, so paragraph tag. Then we write here team. I want to display the name of the team. So here I write team dot, what is that? Name. Yeah. Team dot name. Then close the paragraph for displaying the team name. Then we are having order list. Here we are having ng repeat is required equal to abc in, what is the thing you are going to write? In team dot, what is the name? Team dot members. Team dot members. This is the difference that we are going to have. Okay. And then what we say here, we are having member is having a name and a role. We have to display both of them. Okay. So here we write, instead of ABC, we write here ABC dot name, not a single one. Then we write ABC dot, then a hyphen, yes, space hyphen, ABC dot the other attribute. What is the other attribute? A role. So here we write ABC dot role. So one is name, another one is a role. Okay, let's save this one. Then let us go to the browser, reload the browser. So we got team dot name, ABC dot name, ABC dot role. What's wrong? Members in team dot members. Yeah, we gave it team dot members. ng repeat abc in team dot members. Team dot name. Yeah. Scope team. All good. Scope dot team is equal to, okay. It is equal to developers. Members. Sorry, man. Here we need to give colon. Save. Reload. Team dot name. Team. Why team dot name is not coming? Team scope dot team dot name, team scope dot team is equal to name colon developers, whatever we write. Okay, is that the issue? Not working, man. ng repeat ng repeat is equal to members in team dot members, members dot name, members dot list item, unordered list. Then here name developers, comma members, the role front end, back end, role equal to text everywhere. That's it. Okay. So we should not use double equal to symbol inside. Colon is required. Okay. So team equal to, but the rest we need to have colon. So this is regarding multiple values inside a particular variable. So we call this as nested data. Okay. So here one more thing is left over. We can have false boolean values also for the variables. Is logged in is equal to false. That's it. So here we can write is playing members are so you can also have one more variable called as playing is playing equal to true or false. That is also we can keep, but again I'm keeping colon. So let us remove this one. So scope dot team scope dot is playing is equal to false. Scope dot is playing false. We don't have double quotes for this one. So like this also we can have here. So let us remove this p tag. Yeah. So here we can have in double quotes. This is a boolean value. Sorry. Is playing. So here we are not giving double quotes for false. Okay. Let us save this one. Let us come back, reload the page. So we got false. So boolean values can be used here. True. Just reload the page. We can get true or false. Okay. So we are not writing in double quotes. So it is a boolean variable. So this is regarding variables. Now let us concentrate on two-way data binding. Okay, two-way data binding. If I change a particular text box, another text box must be modified. Or if we change a particular label, it must be changed over. If we change a text box, it must change the label value. Okay, so what we do here is we write. Let us take one variable called as name, and a text box. We require two things. So here we write input type is equal to text, then give a comma, then ng model is equal to name. Ng model is equal to name. What we want to do after this, we want to display the name. Okay, so here we write here tab. I want to give a h1 tag, then I want to display the name. We are dealing with two-way data binding now. Name, then close the h1 tag. So this is regarding the view. Now let us concentrate on the controller. So here dot scope dot name is equal to, in double quotes, I'll give my name. So dollar scope dot name is equal to Mohammed Ali Sheikh. That's it, nothing more than that. Just save it, reload the page. So see here, I'm getting here in h1 tag the name of mine. Okay. So now when I change the text box, it has to be changed. Welcome, darling. Okay, it is changing. So this concept is called as two-way data binding. When I reload the page, it is initialized to the default name, Muhammad Ali Sheikh. And when I try to modify, it is here I'm modifying in view. Just a second. So what I'm doing over here is I'm modifying the name. Hello, darling. So it is modifying. This is called as two-way data binding. What we have done here, we have taken an input box, ng model is equal to name. We are displaying that name over here in h1 tag. Simply we are writing scope.name is equal to that. Whenever we change the name inside this particular model, it is changing here through this one, scope.name. So this is what is called as a two-way data binding. So I hope it is clear. Now what we want to do is, let us see two-way data binding in a nested scope concept. Nested scope. So what I want to do, I want to use two text boxes. If I change one text box, the output must be shown, the change must be shown in the second text box. Okay, that is my intention. So here we are having parent as well as child. Parent as well as child. Okay, so unmute. Okay, so what is my intention is, we want to create the controller in a what do you say, parent and child concept. We will be creating two text boxes. If I change one text box, the other must be modified. If I change the other, the previous one must be modified. So what we do is we create one text box as a parent, the other one as a child. Okay, so here my app ng controller is equal to parent controller. Now I change this one, my controller, to parent controller. Okay, then I will write parent colon. So just I'm writing it as a parent, nothing more than that. Parent input type is equal to text. Ng model is equal to data dot value. Ng type data dot value. So there is a field called as data. In that, whatever it is, I'm going to write. So now I want to create one more attribute. So I don't want this one. So now I want to create a child component. Okay, so I'll copy this one, div tag again. Again, I'll paste it. Now I don't want to name it app because already we have named app. So ng controller is equal to child controller. So in this again, I want to create child. So we write here Input type is equal to text. Ng model is equal to data dot value. Same thing, nothing more than that. So let us close the divs for both. So here one div tag, another div tag. So here concentrate, both are same data dot value, data dot value. Okay, so data dot value. So what we need to do, we need to go to the controller. So we have here scope dot data. So here we write, let us create one variable, flower brackets. So we have taken the attribute over here as value. So just take that here in double quotes or single quote, your wish. Value is equal to or colon, not equal to. This is the mistake that I'm making since morning. So this is scope dot data. So after the scope data, what we have to do is we have to create one controller. This is variable app dot controller scope. Let us add that controller child. Is it so? Dollar scope app dot controller. Scope is over, right? Scope must be over. Okay, just a second. So this is one app controller. Then again, I'll write one more app controller. So app controller, because I'm having nested components, two components are there. So I'll write one more component. So child control, we have child control. This is for parent control. This is for child control. So double quotes. Here we have my control. I have to change this to parent control. Parent control, separate app controller. Child control, separate app controller. Okay. So this is child controller. So what we do over here is nothing. What we do over here is nothing. Okay. Whatever is there in the app, parent control will be copied over here. That is my intention. Let's save. So what we have here, we have two app controllers. Why two app controllers? Because we have two divs separately. One is parent div, data value. Another one is child div inside the parent div. Okay, so that's why we are having two controllers over here. App controller, app.controller. Let us save. Let us go to browser, reload. So here you can see parent and child. So Muhammad Ali Sheikh and Muhammad Ali Sheikh twice. Let us modify one. Hi. Okay. Hello. How are you? It is changing from parent. Let us check the child also. Where are you? Okay. Both are working fine. Any component I change, it is reflecting on the other component. Okay. All the very best. That's great. Hooray. It's working fine. So this is the direct example of a two-way binding with a nested scope. Two-way binding with the nested scope. I hope it's very clear. Okay, let us continue with the example of a root scope. A root scope. We have a root scope. We have a. So for example, here I'm having a div. I'll show this. Yeah. So this is a div. Inside the div, whatever you do, I'll remove this child concept as of now. Just a second. That's fine. So this is one div. Inside this div, it understands what is data, what is value, but there must be some root scope that may be dollar scope. So here we are having a dollar scope. Dollar scope will have its area, its working area within the div only. Okay, one may be a root scope. Root scope means throughout the program, like a global variable and a local variable in any programming language. Here a global variable will be working on root scope. And on local variable means scope variable, nothing more than that. So let us display. So let us come to this div concept here. Ng control, I'll change to parent control to any name you wish. I'll change to my control back. My control. So here I don't want this parent. Okay. Then let us remove this scope. I don't want this app controller. Okay, great. So let us come back to the previous state. Okay, here my controller is there. So change this parent control. Now good. So this is the AngularJS setup. So here what I want to do is I want to display root scope. Let us play with this global variable and local variable concept. So root scope uh, color is then slash p paragraph. Then I want to display the color in h1 tag. So slash h1. Let us go with some color. I'll give the color as the name here, COL1. Okay, this is the value that we receive from ng controller. Okay, ng app. Okay, let us write one more div. I need to divide this one, right? Okay. Okay, let me display it back. So I don't want the controller now here. I want to have only app scope. Okay, I want to have only app scope. Now here there is no controller. So here I got ng controller. So I should not have app now because already we have defined the app. Let us remove that. Okay. So this is controller, ng controller. Okay. So after this also I can write or display the color. Okay. So root scope color is in this div. So I don't want to close this div over here. So we can have the closure of div over here. So we have one div with a controller. This concept don't have any controller. So root color, I'll copy once more after this div. Okay. So I say that this particular part comes under global scope. This comes under local scope. Again, this comes under global scope. This is my intention of displaying the color, nothing more than that. So now let us come to this particular part, controller part. Okay. So here we have variable app.controller. So we write here $scope dot color. This is the same variable color, color is equal to in single quotes some red. Okay. So this is controller. I don't want to see, this is local scope. I can also have a global scope. I write here over here. So one more app dot run. Here we don't use controller, we use run. Okay, app dot run. Whenever you execute the app, the first method that is executed is a run method. Okay, apart from that, what do you say, constructor. Apart from constructor, this is the other one. Okay, so app.run, we are calling function. Inside the function, we write $root scope. So what we write here? Function $root scope. Okay, so this is the parameter that we pass, $scope. Then closing semicolon. So enter. So what we need to write here? Here we don't have $scope. Here we have $root scope. Whatever we write in the parameter, dollar is equal dot color is equal to blue. You can go with any color apart from red because it is showing in controller called as scope. Okay, that's it. Here the new thing that we have seen is app.run. In the previous case, we have seen till this part app.controller. Now here we are only watching app.run. Okay, another important thing is here we are having a parameter that is $root scope. Let us save this one. Let us see what is the output. Reload. Okay, root scope color is blue, then root scope color is red, root scope color is blue. So here I'll change this text from root scope every time. So here I'm having root scope color, here local scope color. Okay, inside the ng controller, my controller, is that right? So you can say my controller, ng controller, my controller, or local controller. So let us save, reload. So here we have blue, red, and again blue. Okay, if you want to do some coloring, it's up to you. So this is regarding root scope. Okay, and let us come to the last concept, that is filters. Okay, in AngularJS, we are having some filters like last name, sorry, uppercase, lowercase, count, length, etc., etc. You can just go through that one. Let us see one example over here. So here we are having so I don't want this one. Let me remove. So I can have like this also, ng app, ng controller in two different divs. That is also allowed. Okay. So let me remove this one. So div is required. Sorry. So this is another way of writing the tags. So one div for ng app, another div for controller. You can have like this also, or in a single one you can have. So here we say that let me remove this app.run. If you are having controller directly, so you can also have controller, everything in the same line. We'll see that. So dot red, I don't want. Okay, this is our normal setup of AngularJS. Now what we want to do is we want to use this filters concept. I want to display a name. For example, I'm having last name or name. So let us give $scope.name is equal to Ali. Now here I want to display that one. So how to display? Just normal way. So here we can write name. That's it. Let us save. Let us reload the page. I got Ali. What is it? Now I want to convert this into uppercase and lowercase. So how to do that? Just give a space, a pipe symbol. Or above enter, you will be having a pipe symbol. Just give uppercase. This is one filter. This uppercase is called as one filter, and this is used for filtering the text. So let us reload this page. So Ali is in uppercase. So let us give a br tag, br slash. So now let us try with lowercase. So I'll copy this one, then I'll give the same name. So here instead of uppercase, we will be having lowercase. Save this one, reload. So Ali is printed in lowercase. Now suppose I'm having some price, some variable. Okay, so I give here one more variable, semicolon, dollar scope dot some commission is equal to 300 semicolon. Okay, now I want to display this commission. So COMM, right? COMM, very good. Save. So 300 is displayed. Now I want to display it as a currency. As per AngularJS, currency means only dollar symbol. Okay, only dollar symbol. How to display that? So here I'll keep a pipe symbol. Sorry. Currency, just save it, reload. So you got $300.00. Okay, it is converted into the currency format. So these are called as filters. Okay, these are called as filters. So you can have these things. We have order by. I want to display a list. Let us take a list of names. Okay, not a single name. Let us go with some names. So I keep a name list. So Ali. Oh, Aisha, comma. Sorry. Let us keep that as it is. Okay. Oh, so let us take one more variable names. Dollar scope dot state, state underscore names. So let us take some state names. So let us ask a browser for the state names in India plus India state names. So we got these things. Okay. So these are some of the state names that we got. So let us keep, unfortunately, yeah, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, understood. Just a second. So plus, okay, Control V. Now that is space Control H, comma Alt A. Okay, wait, that's great. Just wait, man. Let's come back. Okay. Yeah, this is required. So Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal. Close. Okay. So these are the names, state names. Now I want to display state names. Let us see here. State names. State names save. Let us reload the page. Sorry, guys. Thank you. So we got all the state names. Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh. Let us take a BR tag there. So BR tag. State names. Everything fine, right? Hope dot state names. Commas are good. Okay. Keep a semicolon done. Square brackets. Yeah. Reload. Maybe I didn't save it. Save. Okay. What happened? Not going to be a currency. Okay. After state names, I copied, cut, paste. Okay. Reload. Okay. So here we got the names. Now what I want to do is I want to display the names. I want to display the names, not like the state names. So what we need to do here, we need to take list item, unordered list, ordered list. So, sorry, ordered list. Then let us display in the form of list. So list item, close, list item. Okay. So here we are going to repeat that one. So we write ng hyphen repeat is equal to some variable. Let us take x in, what is the name? State names. X in state names. Okay. Then what we display here? X dot x, right? State names dot x. State name. Let's see. Let's remove this. PR. Is it working? Just a second. State names dot x. Reload. I got confused here. I got confused. State names of state names of what happened this item? Extend state names. State names 0. Just a second. Okay. State names. Repeat X in state names. Repeat X in X in state names. That's it, right? Only X. That's it. Below. Why it is not displaying? First display. Some mistake is there. X in state names. X. That's it. Like state names: Sikkim, Tamil Nadu, Nagaland, Odisha. All good. And the West Bengal part, Uttarakhand. All good. State names, test names. That's it. Nothing more than that. Yes. Just a second. Value is not printing. So, okay, now it must work as names. Yeah, it's great. So we got all the list of states. I want to find the list of states which is having A in it. Okay. So what we do over here is we write here parenthesis or symbol filter, then in single quotes or any other words, colon, filter, colon, single quotes, A. So let us save this one and see how it works. So reload. Wherever A is there, it is being displayed. Everywhere we are having A. Okay, many words. So let us try with mm, any common name. PR. Okay, let us go with PR. Okay, PR. Save, reload. Now see here, only the states that are having PR are filtered. So this is one kind of filter where we can write which one we want. Okay. So here list item ng hyphen repeat x in s names. Okay. Then filter the pattern that you require and x value, then list item. That's it. So these are some of the filters that we have. I hope you understood this particular class or video session. So hit a like and subscribe to the channel and post any queries are there in comments. So that's it in this video. Have a great day.